Dodo, you guys get the job done. Keep the winning streak despite losing Austin tonight with no Rui. What did you have to do to rally around the flag?
It's next man up. I was holding it down to Rui. I'm going to hold it down till Rui get back. But, Austin was a little unexpected, but, I feel like the bench came in and gave us good energy.
Yeah, no doubt. Think about some of the young guys, Goodwin, Jemison, Dalton, all made a lot of plays out there, no?
Yeah, it's a great team win, man. Back-to-backs, it takes a team effort because, everybody feel it, feel their legs, you're a little winded, but, that's why it's a team sport.
Yeah, so fourth quarter, Luka gets the 2 step-back threes. I know you saw that a million times with him in Dallas, but I'm sure nice for you to see him starting to find his rhythm.
Yeah, I'm happy he started making shots. I know he wanted to get going, but he put the work in, so it's gonna show.
How much fun are you having as a Laker?
Come on, it's been fun. We winning. That's all that matters. I want to make more shots, but the wins means more.
All right, last one for you. What's the thing that you take out of this now? You guys have to move forward and try to keep all this going.
Defense. We keep holding teams close to 100 points. I feel like we could beat anybody.
All right, Dodo, appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Bron, second night of a back-to-back. First and foremost, just from a standpoint of the defense from you guys, how would you best quantify what you guys put out?
It's just us. I mean, it is who we are at this point, We hang our hat on our defense, and because you can't always, obviously understand or know what's going to happen offensively as far as your shooting or whatever the case may be. And obviously we didn't shoot the ball well tonight or as well as we would like to, but defensively is where we hang our hat. It's going to give us a chance to win every night.
ESPN put a stat out that of the possible 335 back-to-backs you've played throughout your career, you've been able to play in 301 of them, including all 7 this season. When you hear that, what goes through your mind, and what is that a reflection of, especially at this point of your career?
I've always thought in order to be a leader of a team and someone that you rely on, and you have your availability is very key. To be available to your teammates. And I know it's a tough season. It's tough seasons every single year, and a lot of games hit us. You never know how the schedule is going to fall out, but I try to be available as much as I can, and tonight is just another example of it.
You guys close out February going 10-2. Obviously had a transformational trade. What do you have to do or concentrate on in March and April to be in the best spot heading into the playoffs?
Just continue to grow. Obviously, we want to continue to grow offensively, continue to grow defensively. We're in a good place, but we're not comfortable at all. We haven't played our best game. We're capable of playing. Obviously, we got some couple injuries and things of that nature that we need to attend to as well. And that's always very important, being able to keep it going in this league, too. You have to have that type of luck, too, so see what happens.
What have you been getting from Goodwin and Jemison, guys like that off the bench, and what, as a leader, what are the things that you try to usher along as they're giving you all that?
Just more toughness. They bring more toughness to our group. We're already a tough group, but they bring more toughness. Just those dog factors. They make plays. Hustle plays, 50-50 balls. They get after it. But they've definitely given us some great minutes in the minutes they've been out there for us.
I think Vander was like a plus 20 or something like that.
That's normal for him. He's always a plus.
I was going to say, as he's worked his way back from missing a year of basketball, the lift that him and Gabe have given you guys, what have you sort of made of that?
We know we was missing from Vander while he was out. What he does doesn't always show up in the box scores. It shows up in the plus minus, but what he brings, his ability to pressure the ball, his length, be able to get his hands on loose rocks and things of that nature, just brings us a lot of energy, and we miss him a lot, and obviously Gabe, that as well. What he brings to the table doesn't always show up in the box score, but we feel their presence when they're on the floor with us.
LeBron, you look at Ben Simmons, I know it's someone that you followed throughout your career, his career anyways. What do you mean of his addition, kind of what he's trying to do there under Tilo and that team?
Well, still young with them. I don't think he's had enough games under wraps with them. It's always difficult to, I guess, we're going through it right now too. A guy trying to change, in the middle of the season to a situation that you're not comfortable with and you're just trying to figure it out. So the one thing I know with him, with Tilo is going to put all those guys in the right position to be successful. That's what he's really good at.
Hey, Gabe, when did you feel like this team started to really establish this type of kind of attitude, mindset that you can, win a third game in 4 nights back to back, down a couple key guys. How have you seen that foster?
I mean, we've really just been taking it one day at a time and just really been buying into just competing and playing hard. We've done a great side on the defensive side of the ball, or a great job on the defensive side of the ball, and I think it's just been helping us and giving us a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of guys off the bench played really well, but just wondered you can kind of identify with Jordan Goodwin and kind of his, the grind that he plays with, and maybe some similarities to you. What have you seen from him, and how key has he been?
Yeah, no, I mean, Jay Good has been great. He's been great. He's been bringing energy off the bench. He's been rebounding. He's guarding multiple positions. He's making plays off the dribble. He's making shots. He's out there. He's been an energy bunny for us in some ways, just a spark plug. And he's been stepping up game in, game out, especially during this stretch like you're talking about.
I mean, he's had other NBA experience, like over 100 games, but can you still kind of see that mentality of somebody like that that's just fighting and clawing to stay in the league and kind of keep playing?
For sure. I mean, he's a pro. I think he's shown that, like you said, over 100 games, and that's just his style of play. He's going to compete and fight each possession. So it's contagious. We need that. We need guys like that to spark up other guys to get us all going. So he's been great.
I think you guys are now 6-2 on the second half of back-to-back. What does it say about the group that you guys have had that success in those moments and those situations?
Yeah, I mean, I just give a lot of credit to our staff as well. They've been giving us some great game plans, and credit to us for executing and go out there and playing together and playing hard. There's a lot of excuses on a second night of back-to-back. Everyone's tired. Bodies are hurting. Guys may be out, but we've really just been coming together as a group and competing.
You guys have rated out as the top defense or one of the top defenses for well over a month and a half now. It's not, the sample's growing over time. What shift, I guess, have you seen on that side of the floor specifically in terms of the defense?
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like we have more life to us. We're bouncing around. Guys are flying everywhere. We're rotating, taking more pride on the ball. It's great. You got guys like Bron and Luka who can get out and push the break themselves and go score or throw a touchdown pass. You know what I mean? So that gives guys a lot of confidence to get out and run the lanes as well.
You just mentioned kind of that life, but you guys are at size disadvantages a lot. You're guarding Kawhi for big chunks.
We're the same weight. What you mean?
But that's what I mean. I mean, it feels like you have a group that sort of enjoys the fight, or at least that's what's coming through. Is that what you feel out there, that you guys are really embracing these challenges?
I mean, the best way I could put it is we've just been losing ourselves to the competition. Whatever lineup we may have out there, we're just playing hard, and that just gives us a good position to win. Gives us a chance to win. So it's been great.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yep, appreciate y'all. Happy birthday, Luka.
Hey, Trey, what's this been like for you where, JJ's calling your name and you're coming in, playing well, you can kind of feel the energy. What's this last couple of weeks been like, and how rewarding has it been for you?
It's been a great feeling, man. Knowing I'm impacting the game and with the great minutes of bringing energy, it's a dream come true.
Are you feeding off Goodwin as well, like when you kind of being in a similar situation and when you guys can come in the way that you guys both play?
Definitely, man. We're both two-way guys trying to earn a spot on the team, and we say, hey, we bring energy every night. Whatever happens, we'll be good with that. So that's my guy. We work hard together. It's going to work out for us.
Is there an example of the feedback that you get, either from the coaches or one of the vets, as to kind of how you fit into this mix and how it makes it all work together?
Bringing the physicality every night, being that dog, bringing energy, talking on defense, don't give up anything free. Just doing that, going to help us win games. So that's what they tell me every night.
Trey, you played a season high, at least with the Lakers, 22 minutes tonight. What did you make of your performance? And just the bench overall, it felt like everyone kind of had their own contribution.
Yeah, I'm taking it as a win, man. Give myself grace. I had some mistakes out there on Zubac, but plus 19, is huge. 6 rebounds, I'll take that, man. So happy about that night.
You guys have ranked near the top in terms of defense. You've been around the group pretty much the entire time since this happened. I guess, what have you noticed just day in and day out, what this group has accomplished, or I guess to be in that position defensively?
The biggest thing is us being connected. We're a connected team, helping each other out. I make a mistake, Bron helps me, Jay Good helps me. But just that connection that we have now is huge.
Sure. Trey, there was a moment in that game where I forgot who it was. Somebody kind of hit you on a cut. You just kind of had a quick sort of flex up a little bit,
yeah.
Just sort of to remind them that it just seems like you and Gabe, like, and Vando and Gordon, you guys, like, all just like to fight out there?
That's not the case.
No, but you know what I mean? But, like you enjoy the contact. You guys
for sure.
enjoy the grittiness of it. And what's it been like having multiple of you guys out on the court at the same time?
I love it. I mean, I say it all the time. I love it. Just that aggressiveness, that just no backing down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna play us, you have to come fight for this win. Like, literally fight for this win. So when teams know that, like, hey, it's gonna be no easy game in LA, that's just huge for us. You know what I'm saying? Letting Luka and Bron go kill and let us do all the dirty work. I love that.
Hey, Luka was hoping to learn how to say happy birthday in Slovenian, but I don't trust it yet, so I'm just saying it in English. Since you got here, have you identified a certain just kind of fight and tenacity and spirit in the team that, can win a game like this, 3rd and 4 nights back to back? And how would you describe what you've seen from your teammates?
Yeah, I think it shows, especially today, coming to back without 2 of the starters. It's a tough game to play and to win. I think we show our character today. I would just say that second group with Bron, they gave us life. They inspired us to play faster, to play harder. So thanks to them, we won the game.
You've gone against the Clippers a couple times in the postseason. It seemed like there were a couple things you're pretty comfortable in, calling Zubac out into that action. You get the 2 step backs in the 4th, but is that kind of feel like, okay, yeah, this is what I do, this is what I'm used to?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I think the thing I was doing different, just don't wait for it, just go. And that's what helped me in the second quarter. Fourth quarter.
Luka, obviously, without Austin tonight and Rui, like, a lot was going to fall on you and LeBron offensively. But I'm curious kind of what you made of Vando, Gabe, Jordan, and Trey. And kind of, could you just sort of describe the life those guys give you when they play that way?
Yeah, like I said before, they gave us life to this game. They pushed it to be better. And when the second goal with Bron came out, they pushed the ball, they defended. They showed us like a little bit how we need to play. So without them, we don't win this game tonight.
Can you reflect a little bit on the last year of your life, making the finals, changing teams, growing your family? Just kind of where do you kind of view things for you right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I'm happy. That's all that matters. I have a little daughter. My family's good. The people around me are good. So that's everything I want.
When we were speaking with JJ, he mentioned that after you arrived here, there was that about week period where you were with the team, but waiting to come back, and they had wins over like Indiana, the Clippers, big time wins. What did you learn about the group during that period in terms of the effort, fight, and I guess how did you see yourself, adding to that when you were able to eventually return?
Yeah, I think the first thing I noticed was how connected they play on both ends of the floor. The ball is moving, and that's the first 2 things I learned or I watched the first time. So, for me, it was just trying to fit in that maybe a little bit different basketball that I'm used to. But, since I've been back, they just let me be me. And, I got a long way to go, but slowly I'm starting to feel like myself.
Luka, you guys have been the best defense in the league for the past month and a half, but these last 6 games, it's been 102 points or fewer for every opponent coming out of the All-Star break. What do you think's been the key to kind of just ratcheting that up to a different level defensively?
Yeah, everybody got each other's back on the defensive end. If somebody penetrates, that's always somebody that's going to help. And the rotation is very good. So I think we just connected on the defensive end. Everybody's flying around, and the talk is amazing. So that's 2 or 3 things that help us.
Luka, feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias.
Un sentimiento especial que sientas por haber conseguido el triunfo el día de hoy.
Sí, siempre es bueno para no fastidiar el día ganar, sobre todo para tu cumpleaños, así que estoy feliz de que se haya terminado y que hemos ganado.
Luka, igual feliz cumpleaños. ¿Puedes describirnos el instante que estás viviendo en una nueva ciudad, adaptándote más al equipo? Tuviste una gran noche y vemos una afición que ya es tuya.
Sí, la afición ha sido increíble, sobre todo mucho tiempo cuando juego mal, siempre me apoyan, cuando entro a pista me apoyan, así que la afición tiene mi espalda, así que lo agradezco mucho.
¿Cómo vas a celebrar tu cumple?
Probablemente dormir.
Luka, feliz cumpleaños. Conoces muy bien, por supuesto, a los Clippers, los habías enfrentado tantas ocasiones en el pasado, en esas series de postemporada. Había un sentimiento especial, vimos un partido con mucha intensidad, volteabas a celebrar a la banca. ¿Cómo eran esos sentimientos?
Sí, muy buenos. Por fin han metido alguna canasta aquí en Los Ángeles, así que me sentía bien. Y por segunda parte ha sido un partido muy difícil, sobre todo en back-to-back. Así que estoy muy feliz por el triunfo.
Luka, first of all, happy birthday. Second of all, you got some nice scratches on the side of your face, but that reminds me, teams have been trying to muck up the game, get physical with you guys the last few games, and you've been able to stay the course and still get the W's. How do, in those moments when they're trying to do that and you know they are you able to stay with your style and your game plan and get through it?
Just use the aggression against them. I think players with high IQ know how to use that aggression, in favor of them. So just say use that.
Hey, Luka. When you're on the court with Bron, what are the factors that determine which of you initiates the offense?
Probably go back and forth. I think we both. Obviously, his off ball is amazing basketball, so he can play both. I'm still working on my off ball, but it's getting better. But I'd say back and forth, both. Thank you.
Hey, JJ, is it similar with what it was with Rui last night with Austin, or do you have anything early about the calf and how he's feeling?
Don't have anything other than he was experiencing some tightness in the calf, some soreness. Was held out as a precaution. I think Goody rolled his ankle, so he was unable to go the last few minutes. Doesn't seem serious. And for Rui, I don't know if they've announced it, but he left patella tendinopathy on his left knee. So that's that. But our group, they competed. They found a way. It was a rock fight out there. Thought our bench, we didn't start well defensively. And then our bench came in and just gave us a massive lift on the second night of a back-to-back with their energy and activity. To get that level of play from two-way guys and Trey and Goody was awesome. And, Dalton just being ready on a night where, who knows how many minutes he plays, and then he comes in and he does well on both ends. Made some big plays and big shots to get us going there in the first half, and then the contest and dunk in the second half. So just all those guys, Vando, plus 20 in 14 minutes. I think including Gabe, who ended up with 4 of them. Our bench had 9 steals. So just those guys were awesome.
The third game in 4 nights and the second back-to-back can be taxing, right? Just for obvious reasons. But do you get a sense of where some of that, the toughness or the competitiveness or whatever it is that's carrying you guys on, like, overall on a night like this starts?
Yeah, it takes a while for a group to develop an identity. It takes a while for a group to develop a collective mentality. There's been a lot of things that have happened this season. I felt like, the group, our ecosystem was created and it's been sustained since mid-January. And there was flashes of it throughout the early parts of the year, but I like who we are right now as a team.
You went 10-2 in February, traded for Luka, had a rescinded trade, added a couple rotation pieces. Just kind of, I know it just happened. You just turned the page on the month, but can you kind of reflect on the month that has been?
I didn't really even realize it. I randomly looked at the schedule today just to get a sense of next week, and it was like, oh man, the Knicks game was on February 1st. It's been a month, and it's been a lot of change, and then obviously with the trade getting rescinded, bringing DK and Cam back, But that's what I mean. I feel like the toughness, the competitive spirit, the connectedness that I always talk about, like our group had it in January for a while, and you're certainly concerned when you make a change of that magnitude that those things can fall off. And I thought when we got back from that Grammy trip and immediately played some really high-level games, the Clippers game, the Warriors game, Pacers, I mean, we're beating really good basketball teams and hadn't gotten Luka yet. It's easier for him now to step into this group based on that week of basketball. I mean, it was a huge thing for us.
JJ, you guys have been the best defense in the league for over a month and a half now, so it's not necessarily surprising to see this level of defense, but 6 straight games with 102 points or fewer to your opponents coming out of the All-Star break. What's kind of taken it to an even different level here over the last week and a half?
I think just the commitment to it. And I don't mean just like, hey, we're committed to defense. Just like the commitment to what we're trying to do on a nightly basis, and the commitment to our game plan, the commitment to not overreacting. Derek Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, they hit 3 threes in the first half. Their group was 6 for 19. Like, we don't need to overreact to that. We still need to be in our shifts. We still need to be providing support on Kawhi and James ISOs. Like, yeah, I think that has been the biggest thing. And I think you can look at different inflection points throughout the season of when, and I think someone asked me about this the other day. I brought up the first game of the season. I think that helped build their confidence in myself and our coaching staff for giving a game plan, executing game plan. But then that all becomes very much a two-way thing where, there's adjustments, there's conversations, but lately it's been just a high-level commitment.
You mentioned the Rui diagnosis. Is that an issue that's like weeks? Is that kind of an issue?
He'll be reassessed in 1 week.
Okay. At times you've been able to put LeBron or Luka out on the court with, like, you're gonna make me say it, but like a group of banshees. Your banshees. Sorry. The impact that those guys have around a star player like that. Like, does it kind of work with how each amplifies the other? The way that they can kind of fly around and do what they do on the defensive end, and the star can kind of create the mismatches and do what they do on the offensive end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to look at how can this group be successful. And, I think just, I'll give you an example tonight. Greg St. Jean in his pregame presentation had a slide. It wasn't even any film, but it was just a slide. Hey, end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, we're playing a group that's never played together before. And that was, I think it was LeBron, Trey, Vando, Goody. I'm missing one guy. Gabe, correct. Gabe was the other one. And he said, let's turn up the defense. That's going to lead to transition. Let's crash. And if we need something in the half court, we'll go to Horn's Chin. Very simple. And that group was awesome. And I think that energy is contagious.
How valuable is it for you guys to get these kind of contributions from two-way players like Jordan and Trey, especially, for a team winning like you guys are? Two-way players may not always get the opportunities, these kind of opportunities that they have been.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a number of guys, cycle through two-way contracts since the start of camp. And I think, Christian has really done well in that role, particularly with the layoff. And then to get Goody, who, we kind of foresee just being a part of the rotation. And obviously we have to manage his games, Trey as well. But those guys are they're professional. And, a lot of times with two ways, you can sort of err on the side of youth and development, and I think there's a lot of merit and a lot of value in that. Trey and Goody are older players by two-way standards, and so be able to have them both with experience and both having been in the league now for a couple years, Goody longer than that, but they know how to play and they can contribute to winning.